Christopher Bell on the pole. Chase Elliott's in this race. Who's in the 9? Is it Chastain? Yes, Chastain. So Bell in 19, Chase the 17, Chastain in the 9. Those are some Cup guys. There's some double duties in there. I'm back yet again for another day of talking to myself and listening to Iron Maiden. Get my stream on my phone. I don't do this a lot anymore. Gotta remember how to do it. What's up, cowboy? Let me go grab a drink. I'm thirsty. So what's crappening? Nothing in this fucking stream, like always. But what's crappening out there? Hold on. Let me look at the weather for tomorrow. The weather tomorrow's been looking solid this week. Let's see. Day before the event, because obviously I am going to Darlington tomorrow. So I'm curious. Sunday, goddamn, 87 degrees, mostly cloudy. So hopefully that'll keep it reasonable. But another year and more great weather for the Darlington Spring Race. Darlington, I don't want to jinx it, but it's been a track that's been blessed with a lot of good weather, especially in the spring. But I think about how it's going to be 87 degrees tomorrow, and in 2022, when Joe Logano, body slammed William Byron right in front of me, it was like 40 degrees and windy as fuck. My face hurt that day from cringing at the cold wind blowing in my face, and tomorrow it's going to be like September Darlington weather. Maybe a little less humid. Darlington in September is fucking nasty. I'm always happy that the race is at like 6 in the evening, so that alleviates some of the being outdoors bit. Oh yeah, Taylor Gray was less than a lap away. How'd that fucking end? The jackass Nick car. We ought to give Lamar Jackson the number 8 after that. Dude, if I was Taylor Gray, I'd have gave him the fakest. Oh yeah, we're moving on, buddy. We're moving on. Then I'm gonna fuck him up. I'm gonna fuck him up. Oh yeah, we all good. We're moving on. Shake hands. Yeah, fuck you. I'm gonna get your ass. On behalf of blah blah blah. Xfinity race at Darlington is usually one of the best races of the year, or two of the best races of the year. We get two now, which is fan. I know it's been like we're on the fifth year of Darlington having multiple races again, but it still feels like such a treat to get multiple Darlington races in a year. Even the shitty next gen car can't ruin Darlington, and Xfinity's always good. So. Not that anybody gives a fuck because it's one of my streams, but I've been working on 100% completion in Star Wars Jedi Survivor, and it has been so fun. According to my save files, I hadn't played that game since April of last year. And I was like, what? I haven't played fucking Jedi Survivor in a year? So I'm doing 100%, and it's fun. It's a shame I don't stream anymore, but I mean, it wouldn't be a good stream to watch. None of mine were really worth watching anyway. The engagement proves that out. But yeah, it's fucking fun as shit. Love that game. I I got burned by Assassin's Creed, so let me go back to something like comfortable and familiar that I haven't necessarily played in a while. And boom, Star Wars. I beat the Rancor on the first try, not on New Game Plus. So fucking bow down, right? Cowboy, if you're listening, I will let you know about the Charlotte tickets soon. But we're definitely going. Just reconfirming, we are definitely going to Charlotte. Xfinity and Cup. I'll buy your Xfinity ticket. You just got to pay for your Cup ticket. I booked a Las Vegas vacation, but if you're coming all this way, I'll get you the Xfinity ticket anyhow. Excuse me. I hear you, Cowboy. Oh, you guys see the price for the Switch 2? Yeah, no thanks. I couldn't be more disappointed by the Switch 2 announcement. Just continuing the single worst console gaming generation we've ever seen. The current era that we're in. There's a goddamn minnow pond. We have to walk right by that on the way in. It's pretty funny because it's like gnats and flies and all kinds of shit everywhere. And I saw some really cool cars sitting out outside the front stretch there. I hope they're still there tomorrow because I would like to get a look at them because that's right where we go in at every time. Another Another fucking remote broadcast. Goddamn, Darlington, South Carolina. It's not that far from Charlotte. Like 2 hours.
It is, and we're going to talk about guys being fast on the short run, guys being fast on the long run. But one of the biggest difficulties of this racetrack is how narrow it is, how fast it is, and every lap at him, whether it's
I
off
love that on the 41 throwback they have the fucking grass on the hood. That's funny. The Kurt Busch Daytona 500. I'm still planning on Talladega, even though after booking that Las Vegas thing, I'm reevaluating my life. I'm still planning on Talladega.
I just mentioned it in the pre-race show. He would be my favorite today based on the fact that he's won here 3 times before. It's been an exceptional racetrack for that guy.
And you look at the double duty drivers, and those drivers with that added track time could make a difference on a very
Oh, Austin Hill's in the Cup race this week. He's one of the 4 double guys in this race. Bell, Elliott, Austin Hill, Ross Chestnut.
Won the last time we were here in November. Chase Elliott won here back in 2014. All of those guys will be a threat for Allgaier.
So Austin Hill qualified 19. He was already going to have to drop in the rear as we talked
Shout out to Sammy Smith for taking all the heat off Austin Hill for driving like a dipshit last week, like he fucking is.
They had trouble getting the car fired. So you see here, they actually had to bring a push truck or a wrecker up behind it and do it the old-fashioned way, basically put it in gear and push start him. So remember, they had issues this morning in qualifying, had to go work on the right side of that car, basically take the whole suspension apart, and they then had to drive the car around here to grid it for intro. So they had started it, they had fired it prior to repairing all that damage, but for some reason it just wouldn't crank there. So did get it fired, as you see here, and he'll join his spot at the back.
Yeah, trying to win 2 in a row. Some challenges facing
We have no urgency to buy race tickets because you can literally wait until the last possible second. We didn't get into the 600 last year until driver intros were going on. Actually, it wasn't even driver intros. They were singing the anthem as we were getting in. That's the latest we've ever waited. Obviously, we'll get it before that, but I got Darlington tickets last week for tomorrow. I love William Sawalich throwing it back to a car that made the Xfinity Series absolutely insufferable and no fun to watch. That number 4 throwback is fucking sick. Well, is it Ernie Irvan or is it Sterling Marlin? Different guys drove that car. I'll never get tired of seeing the silver bullet. Man, Xfinity Series throwbacks have fucking just kicked ass. I think less than half the Cup field has a throwback tomorrow, and a lot of them suck. So half the field tomorrow doesn't even have a throwback scheme, and then there's a few throwback schemes that don't even count as throwback schemes, so they're so dog shit and inaccurate. Chase Elliott. Not his fault, but it's a shit car. So it's the lamest throwback weekend ever, but these Xfinity Series throwbacks are sick. There's a lot of good ones. Different racing line. Darlington's like a lane and a half wide. You can run different lines. You can run a little below the white line if you really want to. I think I can get myself to Talladega. That'll be one of 2 flights I have to book late this year. The Vegas flight for mid-November and the Talladega one. Check out the Matt Kenseth throwback for Brandon Jones. That's a good one. Jesse Love throwing it all the way back to his big Daytona win earlier this season. Oh yeah, the seats you're trying to get. Well, you're going big. Although I got really good seats for Darlington tomorrow. They're right past start finish line. I go to that one last year.
opened the door for him to drive off and win. Another thought here is the weather. I mentioned the fact when you and I were
It's
talking a
hot.
moment ago, it's a hot day.
The third hottest April 5th at Darlington since 1902. Yeah, it's pretty hot this weekend there.
That's going to be taxing on these drivers because this place is just so
Darlington though, and the hot sun. I'm hoping, you know, I hate that I have to be out in the heat tomorrow, but I know it makes for a better race when it's really hot.
always found the hottest race was the first hot race of the year just because you're not used to it. And
You could count that 42 car as a Jamie Mack throwback. That's his first career Cup win throwback, basically. Sterling Marlin's car.
at a track like Darlington.
Brandon Jones, former Darlington winner, on the front row with Christopher Bell.
what Christopher Bell does to his left. A driver that's also won here, his teammate Brandon Jones. It's the 8th race of 2025. And amid everybody
Sammy Smith's a dipshit, but I love his paint scheme.
pulling into victory lane in Darlington, green flag.
Obviously inspired by Lamar Jackson. Green flag.
Great initial start by Seabell in the outside lane, and you
Big
mentioned
3 wide move down there from
kind of sweeping
Sanchez. I couldn't tell. Had to look at the number because his car is completely different this week. Taylor Gray almost wrecked off a 2.
getting a little bit loose
Good save.
in turn 2. Allgaier right there on the inside. The bottom of turns 3 and 4 where you see the red number 7. That's good. Like on new tires.
Christopher Bell's got a big gap already.
As you see, he's able to maintain on the inside of those guys. But the draft right now is playing against the 7 car. Those guys all on the outside are able to use a little bit of the draft.
1, 2, 3 for Joe Gibbs Racing is Taylor Gray.
Okay, so Sam Mayer, Austin Hill, and Sammy Smith all deserve to have something bad happen to them this week. Hopefully that comes to pass.
Bush when he won the Daytona 500 looks good in that hot spec 34.
Yeah, it's been an incredible year for Sam Mayer. It's run well in every type of racetrack we've been to. But I think back to Homestead, and I know Larson dominated that race at the end, but Sam Mayer was the
When I went to Darlington in 21, I actually won money on a bet from Justin Allgaier winning. That was a fun day at the racetrack. I love Carson Quapple's Jamie McMurray throwback.
Sam Mayer is really going to excel. You see that piece of grass out of put up on the hood. If we zoom in on Sam Mayer's car, the throwback scheme, they've built that into the graphics. So incredible job by that team and what they've done.
Tremendous detail. When you talk about executing the paint scheme, great job, as you said early in the year, for this race team executing on.
Apparently this is Chase Elliott's only Xfinity race this year.
That's a throwback to your win. You talked about it in our starting lineup.
That could change. You never know.
Racing hard, you got to bet.
It'd be very tempting to give Chase a road course race later this season in that 17 car.
So hard to keep the throttle down in the position Jesse Love was in right there. On the flip side of that, it's really sketchy being on the outside of turn 2 on the exit. It's a little bit rough. If you step over the line, you get in the marbles, it can get into the wall. Really fast section of the racetrack. It feels fast. I mean, maybe one of the fastest corners, sensation-wise, that these guys will field all year long.
It's going to be interesting to watch who has it over the long haul. And the setup for this race is very, very interesting. Opening stage is 45 laps, second stage 45 laps, but it will be shorter after we cycle through the caution at the end of stage.
Brandon Jones charging for the lead. Taylor Gray, fastest car on the track, it would seem. So Gibbs is really good here. Old Dennis was good here in an Xfinity car. You know Gibbs is good here if even Brandon Jones can win in an Xfinity car at Darlington. That's how you know you got good cars.
Interview any of these drivers, they would tell you I'd rather have a good car on the long run because you're helpless on a place like Darlington. The Bell's car last year was really good on the short run, and then it would go loose, and that's not what you want. But it played into his favor because we had a
All the Jeff Burton throwbacks are fucking awesome. DiBenedetto and Harrison Burton both driving Jeff Burton cars. Oh my God, Jeb! Just pinched his cousin into the fence a little bit. That Dale Jarrett throwback for Sieg is great. Like I say, Xfinity Series nailed it. Like, these are some great looking cars.
Secured a Southern 500, and both these drivers going back to their dads and their success in racing. Jeff driving that 27, paying homage to his dad in his first career Cup season. Harrison in the 25.
That's an underrated scheme for Jeb Burton.
I got a little tongue-tied because we had Jeff Burton, we had Harrison Burton, then we had Ward Burton's car, we had Jeff Burton's car. I'm like, I'm not sure what I'm supposed to say right now.
Please be nice to us today as we try to get through not only the drivers on track, but the throwback paint schemes. 88 Connor Zillage.
Yeah, and Zillage has never been here, Adam.
Got Sam Mayer going for third, even though Taylor Gray put down the fastest lap of the race. He's lost touch with his teammates.
Sam Mayer is right there. When you go in and run low like that because it's less distance, there's actually pretty good grip as you get down on the apron. But this is the consequence right here. And I think Taylor probably gave him a little bit of a break. You lose all your momentum down the front stretch when you run low like that. But early in the race, and we're going to talk about it a lot, you kind of have to just race your car. And you can't worry about other people. If someone gets underneath you, don't race them too hard early on. Burn your stuff up or take a chance of getting into the wall.
Taylor Gray, that good start. Jump to third.
And Taylor Gray loses another spot. He's got a donut in the left side door.
He tried to do Justin Allgaier tried to do the same move that we saw Mayer do, but wasn't able to carry the momentum. And I think Taylor Gray is bleeding a little bit right here, and he doesn't want to let too many people go. And we've seen the same move in turn 3 2 laps in a row. So be curious to see.
He's got 35 laps to go in the stage, and his car is that bad. I feel sorry for him.
If he tries to defend a little bit down into turn 3, or if he continues to run that same line.
Sometimes it can take multiple laps to complete a pass.
Woo! Nice slide job in the corner. Taylor crosses him back. Allgaier's going to get this. The outside's obviously a little faster.
Position to be in, and Taylor made a great decision there to roll out of the throttle, let Justin go, because if he races Justin into that corner, or Christian Eckes behind them, we always talk about Darlington being a 2-for-1, and off of turn 2 is where that happens every single time.
Chase Elliott, 7th.
It goes so much slower that that guy in third will, a lot of times, get by both of those cars.
Nice battle for the lead. Bell leading, but not getting away from Brandon Jones. And as you look at our bumper, a couple of things to notice. One, the rookie presence in the top 10. Taylor Gray, Christian Eckes, Carson Quapple is up there. Also look at Taylor Gray right now. Fastest lap of the race. Xfinity fastest lap. We've got the stopwatch in. That's going to change, I'm sure, as the
Somebody's going to have a die-cast collection of the same paint scheme that's been ran on like 12 or 15 different cars since Throwback Weekend became a thing.
the first turn.
It's going to be funny.
This is the start. 19 chooses the outside lane, and he gets the advantage off the course. We're racing in Darlington. Christopher Bell is out front.
Ooh. Instead of streaming, I wish I was playing more Star Wars right now. It's been fun having something like that to do and actually being invested in it. Gray's going to lose some more spots because here comes Eckes and here comes Chase. Hell, Chase made a run to the inside of Eckes here going to 1. Look at this clusterfuck back here. I love that 28 car. That, I don't know what's my favorite throwback, but the 28 car in this race, Kyle C., that's fucking up there. Fucking NASCAR Thunder 2003 shit right there with the 42 and the 28. Oh, look at William Sawalich underachieving in a Joe Gibbs Racing Xfinity car. I think this season's going to do like irreparable damage to Swalich's reputation because he's just underperforming in a top tier rod. And no matter who they put in a Gibbs car, they usually always win or contend for a win. Taylor Gray's having a strong year. Sawalich just appears to be a fucking bum. And this battle for the lead is still close. 30 to go, stage 1. I like the Nesquik car. That's not really the Nesquik car, but, you know, it looks like the Nesquik car. I'd go for some fucking Nesquik. Ain't nothing better than some good-ass chocolate milk. I'm a whore for some chocolate milk. I can chug a chocolate milk in like 10 seconds. packed house in one of my streams as always. Man, what would be ideal is if it would rain overnight and wash all the rubber off the track and then be like 90 fucking degrees tomorrow. Then you'd get a real good race. That three wide there with a lap car, Creed and Carson Quapple. I don't think Quapple appreciated Creed taking his nose off like that, and hell, it's getting Quapple passed by Sanchez as again Brandon Jones is charging for the lead, but not too hard, but doing enough to stay right in the tire tracks of Bell. Four car breakaway. Yeah, Allgaier, once again, they've been pretty consistent this year with long run speed, and it's showing. So now I'm thinking Allgaier could be the car to beat. I don't think Bell's the car to beat yet. Obviously, he's getting passed right now, and the 7's better than him, too. So, three former Darlington winners appear to be the three best cars on the track. Whoa, Jones. Loose underneath Bell. Bell's going to hang on for now. And here comes Allgaier. He's going to have a big run off of two, I imagine. Yep. Right to the inside of the 20 at the end of the backstretch. And slider on up there. Clear. Jones going to make a run back to his inside. A little loose off the corner for Allgaier. But that top is really dominant. We have a caution. Caution. Remote broadcast. Can't figure out where the caution is. And it's Chris Rott. Oh, no, it's Chris Rott. Your weekly Chris Rott performance update is not a good one. In the wall. What a shame. Well, at least he's probably done for the day and won't be able to bring out another one now. As much as those tires on the right side are wobbling. I'm going to stay out here. If this caution came out with like less than 10 to go, maybe 5 to go, I'd probably pit if I wasn't in the top 5. But I think we're going to stay out. I'm sure there will be some guys much further back that pit, though. I'm looking at the Josh Williams and the Parker Retzlavs of the world to try to flip their race around and hopefully don't get bit by a late caution. Seconds of fall off. I love it. And Josh Williams has major rear end damage. Go ahead, cut it off. Everybody wants that rear bumper gone, you know. Yeah, you gotta put it back on. Not like the old days where, oh shit, I got damaged. Well, tear it off. No, you better put a new one on or reattach that one, which it looks like they're trying to do.
Now we take a look at Carson Quapple's Race Fit Health Report. Brought to you by Registry.
That Carson Quapple paint scheme was awesome.
Interesting young driver. All the things he needs to do outside the race car to be successful on Saturday afternoon.
Yeah, kind of reading through that, and I know Carson a little bit. I spent some time with him. I don't know how believable all that is from him. I feel like there may be some sweets involved in his diet, but look at that little chicken and rice. I think that's always a go-to for guys before a race.
I heard NASCAR called a drivers meeting with the Xfinity Series drivers at like 8 a.m. this morning, which means a lot of these guys had to leave Charlotte at like 4 in the morning to make it down there. I'm like, that's pretty good punishment. I'd have scheduled the meeting for like 7 a.m., make them get up even earlier and get down there.
All those guys we just
Be like, look, motherfuckers, we ain't repeating last week.
the year. And if you look at the back of that car, it says Happy Fishing right there below the wing on the COT car. That says on the back of Peterson's car as well. But we ran that car in the Clash earlier that weekend, and it said "Kiss My Bass" on it. And Johnny Morrison, the guys, kind of felt like that maybe wasn't the most appropriate thing to have.
Fucking party killers, fucking buzz killers. They didn't want to have Jamie Mack have "Kiss My Bass" on the rear of his car, so they changed it to "Happy Fishing." Lame.
Earlier, so no love lost there as he
Harrison's a little pissy about his cousin Jeb.
they called it snap.
That is such a cool paint scheme that Harrison's driving.
Try and help him feel a little bit more secure behind the wheel of that throwback.
I remember that paint scheme very well from my early NASCAR fandom. Jeff Burton was pretty good in the late 90s and early 2000s. He was kind of a late bloomer of a driver. He really was. Him and Dale Jarrett were both late bloomers. Excuse me. Schedule it for 5 in the morning. Yeah, make them get the fuck up and get down there and have to spend an entire day for the dumb shit they were doing last week, especially Sam Mayer, Austin Hill, and Sammy Smith. The three of them in particular. Denny doesn't like doing Xfinity races anymore. I'm wondering if they'll force him into doing the fall Xfinity Darlington race because that tends to be his race that they make him run. And by they, I mean Sports Clips. Denny's got a great throwback scheme for tomorrow. It's a Carl Edwards throwback. It's one of the better ones. Can't wait for Chase Elliott's dog shit paint scheme to win the best throwback scheme contest vote because his fans are fucking retarded and just blindly vote for him no matter what. The hell's this commercial I'm watching? It's gross. Oh, that's what that fucking commercial is? It's a dick pill commercial? Bring back Kevin Conway. We'll talk about some real dick pills then.
Yeah, it looks like Chris Wright has already hit the wall. He's the white car against the wall. I think
Remote broadcast, baby.
Josh Williams was trying to get away, but it's hard here, Adam. We talk about how slick this track gets. I mean, you're kind of along for the ride once you get into the corner, and that just was probably
So, because of lane choice, Allgaier will be on the front row on the inside next to Bell. Second row is Taylor Gray and Brandon Jones. Third row, Chase Elliott, Sam Mayer. 17 laps to go in stage one. Fucking amazing restart by Allgaier. Did he go early? NASCAR's probably going to at least review that restart. Good God. He's gone. Christopher Bell was really struggling at the end of that run. I thought the caution might have saved his ass, but Allgaier's just fucking out of there. Winning a championship unlocked Demon Justin Allgaier. He finally broke through, got the championship. Now he's unstoppable. Got that clean air late in the stage. Whoa, here, Chastain, Sanchez, Creed in front of them. Chastain having a slow start to his race, just now got in the top 10. Three wide, Burton, Sieg, Sammy Smith. Here comes the other Sieg, forcing three wide on his own teammate slash boss. Oh, that's not going to end well. Somehow Sieg didn't just totally wall Sammy Smith. I wish he would have, though. Jeb Burton waving his fucking hand at the 88 of Zillich. They kind of bounced off each other there. So Harrison Burton, Kyle Sieg, Brennan Poole. Brennan Poole got a top 5 last week. Brennan Poole is a dash per cash driver. How about that shit? Because of Sammy Smith's fucking retardation last week, Brennan Poole is a dash per cash driver. Good for him. He was having a really good race last week. He got a top 5 out of that bullshit. He deserved it. He didn't do nothing wrong that I saw. I wish he would have fucking won. If Brennan Poole had won, everybody would have felt a lot better coming out of Martinsville. We would all still been disgusted and pissed off a little bit, but it wouldn't have been as bad. Old Harrison Burton's going to go win the stage now, probably. Chase Elliott's got some right front damage. He also won the Coca-Cola 600 that year in the same paint scheme. I was at Charlotte that weekend. That was my first time at the racetrack. 2001 Coke 600 weekend. I was 7. Boy, Kyle Sieg's not afraid to go 3 wide, is he, with them fresh tires? He knows it'll stick. Oh, Ricky Rudd. Fucking Sonoma win right there. That paint scheme. Second a lap faster, and he's only 2.5 back. He's definitely going to win the stage. Points-wise, Harrison Burton's had a really good year until that bullshit last week. Worked 3 wide. That 44 car's paint scheme is really underrated as well. That's a Jeff Gordon throwback. Really underrated. I like when the back marker guys have put these tires on. They're really cool paint schemes. Get some time in the front of the field. Harrison Burton, second place, with 10 to go.
But he actually doesn't because the cycle of the tires actually is a disadvantage for you if you're under pressure.
Now 9 to go.
Yeah, I mean, he's still running a half a second quicker than Justin Allgaier. He'll catch him in the next 3 to 4 laps, and he would like to see this just completely run out, get that stage point, and get to end stage.
Going to be 8 to go in the stage next time around. Another
Whoa, Mayer loose.
I said this before they came down pit road. He had 4 sets of tires.
Of all the guys that pitted, Harrison Burton did the best job, and he's going to reap the reward.
Kyle Sieg, great for Brennan Poole. The problem is, if you get multiple cautions in that final stage and you want to come down and get tires, they could run out. If everything runs green and long today, they may be sitting in the catbird seat to steal some points here and have a good finish later. But something we have to keep an eye on, and we'll keep you posted on as the day continues. Harrison Burton now 1.1 seconds behind.
He's less than that. He's within half a second of him. Remote broadcast coming through again.
It's so crazy. I'm trying to say these other names as we see these cars going around. The teams have done such a good job of these throwback paint schemes this weekend. As you see, Harrison Burton has now caught the 7. Now, listen, I don't think you're going to see Justin put up a big fight. You're just in such a disadvantage. I mean, he's a second faster.
They're reminding Allgaier, he's a full second faster than you.
You know, the new tires versus the
And you've got clean air. It's just the tire difference.
as you mentioned, if we get a lot of cautions in that last stage, they'll pay the penalty for that.
Allgaier's won 3 of the last 8 races here, and when he won this race a year ago,
But hell, Allgaier, it's impressive that he's got that fast of a car. He can stay side by side with him.
to get the stage sweep today, just because he's at such a tire deficit, 6 to go, he's racing him a little.
Allgaier's actually racing hard.
Giving it away to Harrison Burton. Leaders side by side coming off of turn 2.
And there you go, Harrison Burton's leader.
Found in front. Harrison
Kyle Sieg on the way as well, coming to 5 to go.
in the front on those fresh tires.
And I think Harrison was really gracious right there in not getting
Check out the fucking
or using him up, knowing
Hut Strickland throwback there with the 45. I think that's what that's supposed to be.
we heard Eddie DeHaan come on and say he's almost a second faster.
Kyle Sieg, same strategy up to third. Brennan Poole passing Brandon Jones for fourth. He too is almost ready. Great story for Brennan Poole. Now you talk
Yes, the best driver in the world is not in this race to wreck a lower series guy for a win in a race he shouldn't be in.
next Saturday
Brennan Poole with a real Slim Shady. Please stand up.
tune scheme. Flashing back to Jeff Gordon when he
2001 Richmond Looney Tunes car.
race with Bugs Bunny.
Unbelievable, yeah. Super
Ain't I a fucking stinker, motherfucker?
this year or earlier.
That's such a good throwback. Oh my god.
It's huge for that 44 team to get up here. He might get up to third, maybe even they're going to get up to about third, fourth right here. It's a lot of stage points for them, and if you can do that, 3 or 4 times a year, it makes a huge difference when the playoffs start. And he mentioned that was his goal. He's like, listen, I don't know if we can win a race. He's like, I think I can point my way.
Oh wait, no, that's a Jimmy Spencer throwback on the 45. For some reason, it looked like that. It says City on the front. I was like, oh, Circuit City, Hut Strickland. No, it's fucking Jimmy Spencer. And my YouTube TV just froze. It's the Jimmy Spencer 23 Winston car or whatever the fuck. Well, and then right as it comes back on, I fucking closed my YouTube TV to fucking reload it again. Take your time, television. I don't mind looking at a black screen while I'm trying to watch the race. Literally just trying to watch a race here. If you don't fucking mind. Do 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 do. Any day now. We're at 2 to go now. Poole and Sieg on equal tires battling for third. Fucking Brennan Poole's fast. He's got a little more tire left now than Sieg, I think. Poor Seabell's still riding the struggle bus.
Is fading fast. Like it's just the last 3 or 4 laps. I mean,
And Sam Mayer's hit the wall, and he's slow off turn 4 at 1 to go.
they say it's not the first time
Well deserved for last week.
ground up there.
He was one of the idiots last week.
At Homestead, to make all that time up, but it's risky. And if you get into it,
Yeah, he walled himself
twice right there, and it almost sucks you in.
just enough.
Get away from it.
Harrison Burton, stage one winner. How about that?
Is going to come off of turn four.
Down a set of tires, but gained a lot of points.
Stage one at Darlington. Second stage win
Oh my God, Allgaier hung on for second over Poole and Sieg.
won a stage at Circuit of the Americas. Allgaier
Alfredo fifth.
second. Poole was third.
And all throwback top five. Well, actually, I'm wrong. Allgaier's car is not a throwback. It doesn't count. It's not a bad paint scheme, but it's not a true throwback because a throwback is a car that ran before in the old days. That car never did. So 4 out of 5 ain't bad there.
Xfinity Series on CW.
Damn. Had to figure out what the hell I'm eating later. You despise Harrison Burton because he looked out and got the 20. Yeah. I don't hate him. Why do you hate Jeff Burton? What did Jeff do? I can't think of a reason to hate Jeff Burton, but I don't really hate Harrison Burton either. I just think he's not a cup level driver. A solid to good Xfinity driver, not a cup driver, and should have never been in the series. He didn't earn it. He didn't deserve it. He wasn't ready. Nothing about his talent ever suggested he should be a cup guy. Then again, Riley Herbst is the same way, and he's got a cup right now.
What does this say, though, about Allgaier, who didn't pick? He was kind of holding off Burton a little bit, and he was able to maintain second in running order in the state. Yeah, it was incredible to see how
Harrison
fast
Burton
this
gets to
young
pit
car
from the
raced.
lead.
By far the best car on that run. Let's go to Progressive Pit Road. Pit stop's happening now, Kim.
And Justin would agree with that, telling his team, great car. He said, though, on the refire, felt like he had a lot less grip and lateral. 4 fresh Goodyear tires. They're going to make a right side air pressure adjustment. You see middle of your screen, that's Red Bull, that Jet Force Looney Tunes throwback. Got there on tire strategy. A little bit better. He said he needs more for the long run. Have that on the right rear. Dylan. Harrison Burton all the way down here towards pit out on that first run before they pitted. He said he was snapping loose. And once they took tires and he grew the lead, he came back and said, I'm just a little bit too tight now. So wrench goes in the back window. Right rear chassis adjustment. 4 tires and fuel for the 25.
And we'll get the race on Progressive Pit Road. And it's a big
And Brandon Jones is the leader now. Allgaier second. Burton Poole third. Burton fourth. Brennan Poole came out third. I kind of thought they would just drop. Alfredo and Sieg dropped like rocks on pit road. Wow, I literally don't even remember what Jeff Burton did in 2010 that affected Denny Hamlin's shot at the championship. Was it? I'm assuming it was during like the chase or something, right? The playoffs or whatever the fuck you want to call it. Chase Elliott's bitching about throwback weekend. I feel like it got old 4 to 5 years ago. Not to be a downer, but if we keep doing it down the road, we're going to be throwing it back to me in like 2018. I think we've beat this horse to death. I like how Chase Elliott just constantly gives me reasons to not like him. I get it. He's bitter about his own shitty paint scheme. And oh my god, that was a Long John Silver's commercial. Tomorrow on the way to Darlington, maybe on the way back. We've already talked. We want to go to a Buffalo Wild Wings tomorrow because that's like what we do. It's always a Buffalo Wild Wings or a Ruby Tuesday or something like that. But I might try to be like, hey man, we stop at this Long John's on the way back.
Continues next with the premiere of Grand Slam track as the world's fastest
It's a really long caution.
Still saw your way into the top 10, but finding your own pace is important. He said, don't be deceived. The simulator practice that can feel much different than the race. He said his biggest tip here, though, is to get comfortable being uncomfortable. Ken, let's get a Toyota driver update. Brandon Jones winning that race off pit road will start P1. And let's make it a Toyota team update because we really owe this race off pit road to the pit crew. They did take 4 tires on that stop. They have been one of the best pit crews all year long. In fact, Sam McCauley has reiterated that to me. He reiterated it to the team before the race started. Said fast car, fast pit crew, fast.
So I said, you gotta love Chase Elliott. Has the year's worst throwback, says throwback weekend is dead, and refuses to elaborate.
But I was reminded this week he's one of the many crew chiefs that has won with Denny Hamlin at the Cup level. So it's rare you've won.
Somebody said, looking at that car, it looks like Chase Elliott designed it, even though he didn't. It looks like something that would have came from his boring ass fucking mind.
On this restart, I've got to think about how good that 7 car has been on the long run. I want to get out in front of him and see if I can get control of the race. If I'm
Burton spun Gordon on the day the 48 team was stuck and chode to the 24th. Oh, okay.
was at the end of that long run,
I guess when you put it that way, I see how Burton fucked your man over.
so good at the end of that first stage.
I don't know. I feel like it wouldn't have made a difference, but I hold grudges too. Allgaier not the leader, but again, smoking these guys from the inside line. He hasn't been the leader on a single restart, and he's got the lead twice now from second place on the inside. Excuse me. That's why you hate Jeff Burton. I don't really have a reason to not like Jeff Burton. Get grief. Harrison Burton about got squeezed in the wall again. He's got a really good car, but trouble is he's going to be down a set of tires, and there's going to be at least one caution that we don't plan on in the third stage. No way stage 3 goes green. Yee, this clusterfuck here. And Harrison Burton's going for the lead. Bad angle into that corner. And Burton lost a lot of ground off of 2. Here comes Eckes. I should still be pissed at Jamie McMurray for running into Dale Jr. while Jr.'s trying to pit at New Hampshire in 2008. I remember that. Chastain's having a good run now. Invisible for the first 45 laps, and here he is in third. They had a great pit stop. I'm glad that Junior finally got Ross in a JRM car, even though it's a few years too late. And now he's second. Early it looked like Gibbs' dominance. Now Junior Motorsports is running 1-2. Sanchez. Oh my God, Chase. Woo. Be careful around Jeb Burton. He's a hothead. I know Chase was the one on the very top, but damn.
around the outside and doesn't want to get up that momentum down the front stretch. So he's restarted in 34th position. And Chase Elliott, they had an extended stop. So that's the story there.
Yeah, they fixed the right front on Chase's car, and that's why he lost all his track position. Hold a grudge against Robbie Gordon because he wrecked Junior
Inside the top 10.
in the 2011. That was nobody's fault. I remember that wreck. Junior spun trying to dodge Robbie Gordon.
Getting into the wall, and it's really just that Jeb maybe thought he was going to have enough room to move up. And when you exit that corner, I don't know what it is, but the perception that wall, it doesn't look like it moves in, but it feels like the wall moves in off the exit of the corner, and it just gets really narrow.
And Chastain's going for the lead.
It was like, what's he doing out there? And now at the front,
And Jeb Burton's pitting under green now after Chase Elliott shot around his outside as the gap was closing.
almost wondering, does he have a flat maybe from that contact with the 17 car? Like all the tires were aired up on the right-hand side. Maybe it was the left-hand side. He did have sillage on his inside. On the left, you see that car. Looks like he's going to be able to be a contender with Justin Allgaier. We didn't see that in the first stage, but Dylan reported the adjustments that he wanted, and the point that I wanted to get to on that is the difference between a good driver and a great driver are those little details of how they explain what they need, where they need it on the track. These guys work in the sim, the engineers work. They know which adjustment works on which part of the racetrack based on the loads in the corner, the banking at these racetracks. These two ends of the racetrack are completely different. The radius is a huge difference around these two.
Let's show the replay for the fucking 25th time.
Explaining what he needs, and they've made the right adjustment.
CW's done a good job, but their remote broadcasts have definitely suffered.
27 as he makes that unscheduled stop. Tough deal for him, middle portion of stage 2. Yeah, the one thing here, though, is because of that fall off when you pit, it might work out to where he's enough quicker to maybe get back in a decent position, just be down that one set of tires.
I feel like he didn't even. If I remember, I was like, he didn't even hit Junior. And it wasn't Robbie's fault. Well, Robbie, I remember now, Robbie cut back up in front of traffic and got run into. And I feel like he didn't even touch Junior. But then again, that was a pretty hard spin, so he might have. Allgaier, Chastain, Eckes, Jones, Harrison, Burton. We have to go back and watch the 2011 Daytona 500 now for clarification. Can't do it on my YouTube streams anymore. NASCAR's got militant ever since NASCAR Classics became a thing. Even though NASCAR Classics is free. NASCAR Classics is literally free. The NASCAR diecast community's in meltdown mode because Lionel just announced they're going way up on their prices. Standard cars are now $100. Color Chrome has gone to 110. 164s are now $15, and Elites are 160. Well, I'm glad I got out of the diecast buying business. I had to sell my fucking shit. Christopher Bell. Loose, buddy. This fucking camera works all over the place right now. Allgaier has opened up a 2 second lead on Mr. Ross Chastain.
BMW Helmet Hero 200 at Darlington Raceway. Some really good racing all around the track. And the one thing I would highlight here, Justin Allgaier leading. And Ross Chastain got up there, and at one point I thought was going to pass him, and is now almost 2 seconds behind. It really puts an exclamation point on how good the 7 is on the long haul. There you see Chastain, and behind him, good battle for third, Eckes and Jones.
Oh, it's been a great battle, and Allgaier reminds me of Larson at Homestead. He kind of can maintain at the beginning of a run and almost teases those guys with like, yeah, we're going to be able to stay with the 7. But then as they get going, it's a 10th, it's 3/10 one lap, and he's committed to running right against the wall, so very comfortable.
Charlotte Flair paid to be that. It's true. I saw a clip of her the other day from a little promo when she and Becky Lynch were both baby faces a long time ago. You can't even recognize Charlotte, and it's not age. It's that she's had like fucking 30 facelifts. I said to somebody last night, I was watching SmackDown, I said, Demi Moore is like literally 60 years old and smoking hot, not a bit of plastic surgery. Charlotte Flair is in her late 30s and has had like a dozen facelifts or whatever the fuck she's had. And she got fucking cooked last night by the crowd and by Tiffany Stratton. Tiffy had to get her lick back after the week before where she was made to look like a jackass. Are there any go-kart tracks there? We'll have to look into that. Because I'm sure there are. I've never really looked in Charlotte, but I'm pretty positive there is. Have to put some time in the simulator then before you get down here. I ain't played my go-kart simulator this week. I played a lot of WWE, Tony Hawk, and now Star Wars. That's all I've been playing. Eckes flying by Chastain for second late in the run here. And here comes Brandon Jones. Chastain obviously slipping a little bit here. You look at the gap Allgaier built. That'll show you. No, there's not. They raced there twice, you idiot. You hear that? Well, there's only one trip to Darlington on the schedule. Actually, there isn't. Newsflash. Breaking news, Adam. Good news. We come back to Darlington in September. Connor Zillich is having a shitty race. He's fucking 20th. What the fuck does that mean? We've gone from Limp Bizkit to Bob Marley. Oh wait, from break shit to everything's gonna be all right. Okay, I get it now. Whoa, Chase. You can't go down there. Apparently he can. And old Brennan Poole ain't done with him yet. Chase is back in the top 10 with that move. Be funny if you got here and I said, "Good news, we're cowboy. We're going go kart racing." You're like, "Hell yeah!" And I make you wear the MetaQuest and just drive the one in the simulator. You're like, there you go. You can drive a go kart. I wish he would have wrecked so hard there. Austin Hill's not having a good race either. Austin Hill and Zillich being this bad is pretty puzzling. Getting fucking smoked by Brennan Poole. What's Chase give a fuck? He don't race in this series. Don't matter who he pisses off. This is his only scheduled Xfinity race this year. Fucking have at it. That car in that picture looks like if you breathed on it, it would shatter into a million pieces. No wonder everybody died in those days racing, especially open wheel stuff. Coming to 2 to go here in stage 2. William Sawalich is 27th in a Joe Gibbs racing car. Leland Honeyman's running better than a Gibbs car. That's wild. Middle of stage 1, idiot. We're lean, mean, and green. Chase Elliott 8th. I think Allgaier's being a nice guy and letting Perkins keep his lap. He's given up a second and a half of his lead to stay behind the 31 here. Nice guy, Justin Allgaier, going to win stage 2. He can coast from here. Allgaier, Eckes, Chastain 3rd, Rand Jones 4th. Harrison Burton 5th. Gotta go make go-kart racing. I'll make it forward. My sister used to bitch when we'd go. I think the last time I drove a go-kart was like 2010, and we'd get out on the track. And sometimes you don't know. Sometimes some go-karts are slower than others. Like no matter how hard you drive it, some of them are just like down on power. But we were driving, and I was in front of my sister, and I basically Joey Logano'd her ass for like 10 laps straight. I just stayed in front of her, fucking mirror driving without a mirror. She wasn't like mad, but she's like, "Oh my god, he wouldn't get the fuck out of the way." Yep. We're racing that next week. Next week, Bristol, right? Hell yeah, Xfinity Spring Bristol race is back, motherfucker. I will be staying home next weekend to watch the races with you guys. We're skipping out on Bristol after last fall because fuck them.
CW Sports coverage of the NASCAR Xfinity Series is brought to you by Sport Clips. It's a game changer. Credit One Bank, NASCAR American Express card. And by Subway. Get the meal of the day, a legendary 6-inch sub, chips, and a drink. Only $6.99 at Subway. All set, ready to go? Final stage in Darlington for the NASCAR Xfinity Series. Looking at some of the shots of the drivers in the field who have won here. And now we look at Carson Quapple's Race Fit Health Report, brought to you by Tree. We did the food, beverage, right? Let's go to the other side, the workouts that keep him healthy.
Yeah, a little high-intensity training there on Mondays. Mondays are always kind of a recovery day for me when I drove, being exhausted over the weekend. But I see sauna right there, weights and upper sauna, lower sauna. Big deal on a day like today when it's hot because the heat is the biggest battle. I mean, typically your body's strong enough inside of the car, but it's the heat that breaks you down. All of a sudden, making bad decisions.
His teammate leads him down Progressive Pit Road, Kim.
And that would be Justin Allgaier, who said tight on entry. You see him at the top of your screen, but a little free laterally when he gets to the top of both ends of the racetrack, and then late in the run, the back end of that car out of the racetrack. Holman didn't want to take a big swing, but did want to make it a little bit better with the fire off, Dylan.
Jack is middle of the screen, said he was a little bit free into turn 3, but he almost didn't want any changes. Going to make a really, really small air pressure adjustment. He's happy. Ross Chastain said he fired off free, and then he got too loose everywhere. Couldn't get the power down. Make an air pressure adjustment and a right rear chassis adjustment to tighten him up in the 9.
And now we get the race.
Race off pit road. It's going to go to Allgaier, no surprise. Allgaier, Eckes, Brandon Jones, and then Ross Chastain and Christopher Bell fifth. Chase Elliott gained 2 spots up to 6th. See if Chase can be a factor in this. Oh yeah, Bristol and then an off week because Rockingham for Xfinity and Trucks is that week. I don't think I'm going to Rockingham now, simply because the race is at like 4:30 in the afternoon on the same day as WrestleMania. I want to be home to watch WrestleMania. I don't want to have to fucking watch WrestleMania in the car and have signal go in and out because we're driving through bumfuck North Carolina. So if they had scheduled the race at like 2 o'clock, I'd probably push to go to Rockingham because I would love to go to the Xfinity race at Rockingham, but I think I'll just stay home. That'll be a good stream. I like how Talladega's coming up, and I ain't heard one goddamn thing about them making a change to the fucking cars to make that shit better. Everybody agreed after the 500, like, look, we really got to change this. Like, it's not the worst, but it's not good, and it could be a hell of a lot better. And they haven't done a fucking thing to change how the cars are going to race in Cup at Talladega. So that's kind of annoying. I remember go back and watch my stream from last October's Talladega race, and I did not enjoy it. Because I'm like, yep, look, they're 2x2. They're 2x2. Oh, look, they're still 2x2. Nobody but the guys on the front of these lines is going to have a shot to win this race. Oh, look, they're 2x2. They're 2x2. Oh, Stenhouse edged ahead. He won. Okay, whoop de fucking do. I didn't enjoy last fall's Talladega. I mean, close finish and everything, but that was a very frustrating race to watch, I remember. And that's when I was like, we really got to change this shit. But of course, they haven't announced or stated their intention to fucking do anything. Because it's fucking NASCAR and will fix everything except what needs to be fucking fixed. Oh well.
Welcome to Jamaica. They say you can find
You're Jamaican me crazy, CW. You're Jamaican me crazy. I know there was some four wide in that race, but go back and watch the end. It's just the whole field, 2x2, 2x2, like always. Because when they were four wide, they were just riding around saving gas. But when it comes time to actually race, it's just two lines because you can hardly ever get a third line to work.
And it's all coming up right here after NASCAR here on the CW.
It looks cool when they're four wide, but they're not really racing when they're four wide these days on super speedways.
When we're done here. I can watch that all day long. I love watching track. Me too, and I am in. It's time now for our race break, brought to you by Safelite, the auto glass experts. Let's take a look at what we've seen so far. Some big moments. You always have the slipping and sliding at the track too tough to tame. Oh, yeah, the three wide off turn four. That's the hit that got Jeff's tire cut down. You see Nick Sanchez has been in two of these. He's had plenty of close calls, which not uncommon here in Darlington. A couple of penalties under caution. Safety violation for Jeff Burton. He did not get the free pass. He remains one lap down. Nick Light's got the free pass, so he'll be back on the lead lap. And also Jeremy Clement's got a vehicle.
Fuck me.
Here's what transpired with the driver from here in South Carolina.
Well, look at how the 18's in his fucking box, man. Look how shittily the 18 is in the pit is in his box. Dude can't fucking drive and he can't fucking pit. And Allgaier is out of there again, and he's bringing Ross Chastain with him. With 49 laps to go. In a lightning fast race so far here at Darlington. We've had one caution for cause, as they like to call it. And it was Chris Wright. And he's not out there to bring out another one, I don't think. I can't remember if he's still running or not. Hello, Ross. Chastain for the lead. He's a lot better on the short run. He really fades at the end of the long run, so he's got to work hard to get this. Woo-wee. And here comes Christopher Bell's fucking ass back into this, who also struggles on long runs. And Ross is going to clear the 7 for the time being. So Ross Chastain's leader. Chase Elliott 6th. I think Allgaier can take it easy here. If it goes long, it's definitely going to favor him. And this race looked like it was probably going to be a long green run kind of race. I know that can change at any time. Cautions breed cautions, especially at this point. It's going to be sort of a cat and mouse game with Ross and Allgaier. Who's going to have the tires left at the end of this? Because I highly doubt Chastain's going to drive away from Allgaier. Because he's got to be smart too. It's great that he got the lead this early in the run. And Austin Hill just busted his ass and saved it. Well, he used the 39 to save it. Austin Hill's not having a good race.
There's corner for Austin Hill right there, trying to stay off the C, gets loose. The worst part about that, you slide those tires and you just take so much life out of them.
Hanging back there, and look at this.
Look at this. Every time somebody says look at this, I think of Jeff Gordon.
He's been so good lately, and he finds himself in the top 15.
Yeah, the 21 drove in there, hoping that he
I thought Hill was a goner. I wish he fucking was.
get some clean air off the car in front of him, and it put the 21 in a really vulnerable position.
Watch Connor Zillage in the 88. Never been here, and as those two are tangling, he takes that low line.
Zillage finally gained some track position today because of Hill.
Darlington is about taking advantage of others' misfortune, right?
Brandon Jones for fourth.
That's for fourth. We go side.
Chastain, Allgaier, Bell, Brandon Jones, Eckes, 44 to go. Who's going to win? Probably Allgaier. But then again, he chokes a lot, so that'll keep this interesting. It's a guy who chokes a lot with the best car versus two cup drivers. And oh yeah, Brandon Jones, the ultimate vulture of race wins, sitting in fourth. So we could be set up for some good drama here, ladies and gentlemen. We have all the ingredients. Jesus Christ. Everybody's just running into Ryan Sieg and trying to wreck themselves, it looks like. And now Sam Mayer's got a major tire rub from it. Oh, wow. That's pretty major right rear damage, actually, on the 41. He's probably going to have to pit. He's got a big parachute sticking out of the right rear of his car now. And Bell is putting the heat on Allgaier. You better. I think Allgaier's just trying to bide his time and wait and see if Chastain falls off or whatever. Well, the tire rub went away on Mayer's car, but he's still got that ridiculous damage back there. If Christopher Bell wins this race, I swear to God, nothing against him. I'm just saying. Of all the guys in that top 10, he's probably the one I'd like to see win the least. Well, actually, Sammy Smith. In this particular race, Bell's pretty low on my, hey, I'd like to see him win this.
Welcome back. CW Sports coverage of the Sport Clips Haircuts VFW Healthy Hero 200. We're live in Darlington, South Carolina with Jamie McMurray.
All Bell's doing by pressuring Allgaier is making this easier for Chastain to win.
Dylan Welch.
Truthfully.
Getting out to it with 36 to go. Got his teammate behind him, Christopher Bell, a part of the equation, and we should be surprised.
And And Taylor Gray hard on the inside wall on the front stretch. Cautions out. Major left front damage and some flat tires for the 54. He was 18th. Dude cannot catch a break. We ran 14 green flag laps there on that set of tires. I think you pit here. I'd like to see Sammy Smith win over Chase. I don't know. Not after last week. He kind of cleared himself a little bit. Nah, Daniel Dye didn't do anything wrong there. It was just an unfortunate error by either Taylor Gray or his spotter. Well, at least Williams Wallace is not the worst Gibbs car in the race now. Yeah, Allgaier was still good, but Chastain's definitely found something. Here comes the money stop. Bell seems confident with his car. They asked him what he wanted, and he said, I need you guys to just focus on that pit stop. Smoke him if you got him. We're pitting. Brandon Jones is going to beat Bell out. Hell, what the hell happened to Allgaier? Where the fuck? Allgaier's not even top 15. What happened? They dropped the car on the fucking air hose. Oh my dear God. Well, Allgaier didn't choke today. The pit crew did. Jackman dropped the car and it landed on the air hose, and the tire changer tripped over it, and then they had to wait for him to jack it up to get the hose out. Jesus Christ. It's a new race now. It's anybody's race now. Be right back. Oh shit, it's that Batman commercial I've been hearing so much about. The State Farm Batman commercial. Look at Tony Breidinger in this commercial. Remember when we all had hopes that Haley Deegan might not suck, and then she just basically sucked and let us all down. That was just a comically bad pit stop for the 7 team. It was something else. So how the hell did Harrison Burton get the lead on this deal?
Darlington with 30 to go. Harrison Burton gained a bunch of spots on pit road. This is how he did it.
Yeah, show this pit stop. Oh, they saved a set of sticker tires. All right.
Scuffed rights on, so
They put 2 tires on the 25 and they're scuffs.
they can put on
So 2 tires, scuffs. They're banking on a caution in about 10 or 15 laps. He's going to be a speed bump here. This is tailor made. This is the perfect race for Brandon Jones, although Christopher Bell's second on the inside line.
by the time they get over to turn 3. And
So I'm sure Bell will wind up winning, and we'll all feel like we wasted our afternoon on a Cup guy winning the Xfinity race. A Cup guy that already has 3 wins this year. So I guess go Brandon Jones. Take advantage of being out front. You've won here before. You can do it again. Larson 3 wide around poor Harrison. Oh boy. Oh, right in front of the 88. And him and Sebby Smith almost wrecked. Holy motherfucker. Well, they made it through turn 2. Get that clean air, bro. Whoa, 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 whoa. And around goes the 14. Well, there's the caution, but not the one Harrison Burton wanted. Garrett Smithley. We needed a caution for Harrison at about 10 to 15 laps. And Larson is dooring Chastain. Larson and Chastain have this weird thing with each other. And it's all entirely one-sided. It's Larson doesn't like Ross Chastain. Oh, not Larson. I don't know why I said Larson. I meant Elliott, but same. Elliott and Chastain. You can literally fucking copy and paste because, yes, Chase and Chastain have the same thing. I don't know why I was saying Larson. I'm used to that 17 car being his. All right, why is Chase mad at Ross? Okay, so they both go 3 wide around Burton. And I'm guessing further up where we couldn't see, Chase got run into. I know it's not Larson. My brain fucking blanked because I saw the 17 car. It's Chase Elliott, I know. Like I said, copy and paste. All the Hendrick drivers are interchangeable except for Bowman. Got the fenders beat off at 25.
But I will say this though. Let's go back to what even got him in this
Just fucking
position.
stay out again. Fuck it.
Because they decided to come in stage one. He comes in below the cut line after all his misfortune last week at Martin.
Crew Chief was right. There's always a caution here. It just happened a little too soon for them.
When you look at points to win, so it's hard, right? And I'm not the guy there. It's easy, I think, at times when things aren't working out to say like, man, what's the end game going to be? But they've done some really good things today, and the free pass in this situation is going to go to Taylor Gray. He had lost a lap in that cycle last time when he had the spin. He'll get back on the lead lap. He is scored in the 35th position. I'm looking at Brandon Jones up here, and it's just awesome. A lot of confidence. Car out front. You know what I mean? And you think back to Phoenix when he had his first top five since last spring, and the top tens that followed, and how good he was last week at Martinsville, even though he didn't get the finish.
Brandon Jones, Christopher Bell, Ross Chastain, Chase Elliott, Jesse Love. Be under 25 to go by the time they get to green.
W Sports coverage of the NASCAR Xfinity Series is brought to you by Intuit TurboTax. Now this is taxes. Progressive. Save when you bundle home, auto, and motorcycle insurance. Visit progressive.com. And by Sport Clips. It's a game changer. Got a fun restart coming here in Darlington. Gonna have it inside of 25 laps to go. We have found what started the little tay-to-tay.
So that we have the Chase Elliott Ross Chastain replay here. You know why it's confusing? Is because I see 9 car and I see 17. Chase usually draws the 9. He's in the 17. Larson draws that 17 a lot more than Chase does, so my brain short circuited there.
Yeah, this is now in turns 3 and 4. You're going to see the 9 start to slip and
Oh, Ross. He didn't do nothing wrong. Fucking Chase Elliott being a whiny bitch. It wasn't bad at all.
17 had to really check out. Thought he had that run.
Chase Elliott's being a whiny bitch again. What a surprise. Bigger fucking baby than his goddamn fan base.
Racing the Chastain a little.
You have no reason to be frustrated there.
Put a donut on the side of it. It's a previous point.
Isn't it crazy though? Everything
And they're going to restart side by side.
today about payback and all the things that go on.
I love it.
Drive the racing.
I like it a lot.
That's right. Well, Jones chose the inside. How about that? Again, yeah. Well, that is one every restart. And coming into this weekend, you would have taken the outside, but the spotters are watching the same thing we are, the crew chiefs, and they probably told him, listen, the seven's been able to get a good launch. And in a place like Homestead, they take the bottom because they feel like the top is more worn out because that's where they run.
All right, 24 to go. Let's get up on the wheel, Brandon Jones. Not the best restart, but not a bad one. But Ross is shoving the shit out of Christopher Bell. And I think Bell was not comfortable with it. Clear, 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 clear. Brandon, clear. Stay in front of the 19. Mirror drive. Ooh, Bell going way lower than I've seen. And here comes Ross. Oh, he almost got there. Shit camera work. Had to swing to the inside of Bell. Wow, Ross is going to pass Bell here, I think. If he doesn't, he's going to wall him. And he walled him. Okay, Christopher Bell has reason to be pissed off now. Chase Elliott had no reason to be mad. Bell has a lot of reason to be pissed because Chastain just fucking put his ass in the wall. And he's probably going to blow a left front tire. Oh, Lord. Allgaier's gained 5 spots since the restart. He's ninth. For what that's worth. And now Eckes is going to fucking wreck Christopher Bell. Jesus, he almost did. That tire's coming apart. I could have swore I saw shit flying. That's all Ross. Chase Elliott was being a whiny bitch, but Christopher Bell has all the right to be mad, and now Ross is going for the lead. You going to fight him in victory lane? Because that looks like where he might be headed. Coming to 20 to go. Yeah, if I was Brandon Jones, I'd probably want to protect that bottom. He doesn't want to get wrecked by the 9 on his inside. Instead, he's just going to let him fucking fly by the outside. New leader, Ross Chastain, 20 to go. I'll be damned. At least Bell didn't wreck and that tire rub went away. I really thought the left front was going to come apart on Bell. I'm shocked it didn't. Allgaier up to 7th. He's gained 7 spots in the last 5 laps, but he's going to need some more help. He's going to need some cautions. He's got to break into that top 4. I think he's got to get to 4th and catch a caution if Allgaier's going to have any chance. And he's probably not going to have any tire left by the time he gets there because he's working so hard to get these spots back. Caution, Anthony Alfredo is around. And the fucking 70 just got junked. He was involved in the contact with Alfredo, and then he got fucking turned himself. Ooh, Xfinity Series turned into a shit show again. Of course, it was guys who aren't even racing for any relevant position. Kyle Sieg's got a lot of cars got damage out of that. We really didn't see everything. With his fucking bootleg die-cast version of Ricky Rudd's car with the fake sponsor. All right, what the fuck happens? Okay, the 70 fucking calls that wreck. And then his shit broke and he come up in front. Yeah, who's in the 70? Honeyman? He calls that wreck, being a fucking dumbass. At least he got the worst of it. Because that was all him. Guy who calls the wreck. Chastain was in the process of driving away. I think Harrison Burton's caught the caution he needs.
Look at Allgaier. I mean, he had fallen back to 15th after the bad pit stop last cycle. They get him a good stop here. He's right back in it. 7th in the running order.
Everybody's got one set left. Everybody that's relevant.
Man, what a good day for junior motorsports. So Chastain, yeah, Chastain's up there. He's led. Allgaier's, led a bunch of laps, won a stage. But Wample's in the top 10. Same for Connor's same. A very fruitful day. All 5 of those cars up there in the top 10 from junior motorsports.
Yeah, Village, I think that's super impressive. Never run a truck or Xfinity race at this track. Done a great job staying out of trouble. That car looks pretty clean. I mean, though, he's still inside. It's brand new. A little bit of rubber on that left rear quarter panel.
I remember when he won at COTA, did the whole media circuit next week, and the one thing he said is, I feel like in Xfinity I can do a lot of learning. Stage 1 and stage 2 didn't really go 100% in the final stage. Appears to be doing that today.
It's the money stop
Pit road, a big
for all the marbles.
And here's the money stop for a crew that has been all good.
She stole my line.
Gaining Brandon Jones' spots. We've seen
I want Allgaier's team to have the greatest pit stop of all time.
to be freed up for this last short run, Dylan, for fresh tires.
Christopher Bell in the middle of the screen said, I am plowing
He was digging them out of the hole before that caution, but they got to do their part.
to get this thing to turn back.
Great stop for Jones.
Side and waiting for a wrench in the back window. Don't see one there. Shaking left side as well. Ross Chastain said that he was pretty happy there. Felt like he could work the throttle and modulate the pedal to fix any issues that he had. So not going to make any changes on the 9 car.
Clusterfuck, middle of pit road. And I think Brandon Jones is going to win the race out. Brandon Jones, Chase Elliott, Justin Allgaier. Goddamn. They really did have the best pit stop ever. Allgaier's guys gained 4 spots. He's going to restart 3rd. Talk about fucking redeeming yourself.
There's contact on pit road. 3 drivers getting together. Brandon Jones.
Fucking Bell and Chastain were hitting on pit road again. I'll be right back. Yeah, Ross and Bell hit on pit road again. Ross got fucked there. He lost 5 spots. But Allgaier's team was fucking on one. They were locked in. He went from, I think, 15th to 7th that run, and now 7th to 3rd with the pit stop, so he's got a fighting chance. Some resiliency there from the 7 team. What was on Newman's last win? Was that like Granger or something? I didn't say the commercial. I was in the other room.
It's the premier Grand Slam track from Kingston, Jamaica. Coming your way. Top of the
Jamaican me crazy.
$1 million on the line. Gabby Thomas ready to do her thing.
As long as the 17 doesn't win. I don't care if Chase wins this race. I'm not rooting for it, but I don't mind.
United States. Can't wait for it. Top of the
I think Allgaier and Brandon Jones are the cars to beat
So here's the deal.
that are currently in position. You like how I remembered what was on Newman's last win car? I actually remembered. Oh my God. Brennan Poole, Jeb Burton, the 91. Oh dear God.
Kyle Sieg. They didn't make a pit stop on much older
Balicki, Sieg, Poole, and Jeb Burton stayed out. Oh, God. We know none of these guys are going to win, but the clusterfuck they're going to cause by being in the way. But, I mean, they had no tires left. Why pit? Might as well fucking stay out. Hell, Kyle Sieg was involved in the accident. He stayed out. That's a cool looking car. On Hoosier tires. That was still in the latter days of the tire war in NASCAR between Goodyear and Hoosier. Goodyear ultimately won the day, obviously. Ha! Ward Burton wearing his old fire suit. It fits. It still fits. That's awesome. The Burtons are good people. Brennan Poole outside, Jeb Burton inside, Balicki outside, Sieg inside, Jones inside, second row, followed by Elliott, Allgaier, and Quapple. So a lot of the best cars lined up on the bottom behind Burton, as opposed to the three cars on the outside.
Hey, those guys on old tires go to that outside lane, right? So you look down to the inside. You got Jeb Burton there, who's on older tires, but he's the only one that took the inside lane. You look behind him. Look at the drivers there. You got Brandon Jones. You got right behind them, Justin Allgaier, who had that bad pit stop, lost the positions, but he gained a few last time, and now he's right back in it. Rookie Carson Walker right behind him.
Them three slow cars on the outside. I'm really glad that Allgaier's on the bottom line. Ross made an interesting choice there.
And oh, by the way, 12 laps to go when we get the green flag.
12 laps. Who knows if this is the last restart or not. Let's go, Brennan Poole. And the 91 spun the tires. And miraculously, there's not a wreck. There almost was. And there's still three wide back there. Jeb Burton did a great job executing this first lap. Jones into second. Larson third. Allgaier into fourth. Here we go. Are the stars aligning for Brandon Jones, who has been pretty bad the last couple of years. Snake bit in many aspects, but also just he himself hasn't been that good. Back at Gibbs, where he's won before. Brandon Jones, Chase Elliott. Just no way Brandon Jones can hold off Elliott and Allgaier, right? No way, right? We're talking about a Cup champion and an Xfinity champion with bukus of wins, and Brandon Jones is out front with 10 to go. That restart was messy, but cleaner than I thought it would be. That 20 car has a big lead. I wish Chase would just let Allgaier go. Let's watch. I'm going to need to look at lap times. Jones is running some amazing laps. Chase, let the 7 go. I'm begging you. Big dive to the inside here for Allgaier. Come on, Chase, let him go. Chase is going to race really hard for second place in a race he shouldn't be in and give it to fucking Brandon Jones. I'd like to see one more caution, please. One more yellow, please. Just one more.
Knowing you're in a great car, and he has put himself in a really good position.
That Quapple top five, Zillich seventh. They were hard. Zillich was really bad for over half of this race.
Talk about the great day for Junior Motorsports. Chastain overdriving the nine is fourth. Carson Quapple in fifth.
Brandon Jones lost 2/10 on his lap time that lap. Elliott and Allgaier were both 2/10 quicker than him that lap.
Things that have went wrong, whether it's on pit road or incidents on the racetrack. Good to see him put together a great run at top five and be huge.
Poor Seabell getting run over here.
Might be a problem.
I think Bell's got a problem. If he's getting passed by those cars, he's got a problem.
That Harry Gant throwback, the Ernie Irvan throwback, the four. Is Parker Retzlaff. He drives by as well. Well, and Brandon Jones does not want his teammate Bell to have an issue right there. If he does, then come down. Pit road, don't bring the caution out for me right now. I don't want to have another restart.
That last lap, Jones was quicker again. They all fell off in lap time, but Jones was quicker again.
You know, Sanchez was hanging on to that thing. I thought he might have a tire going down. That not the case. The rookie, but he's eighth right now. He's got a chance for another top 10 finish. Driver 48. Yeah, great rebound for him. So we kind of referenced that earlier. Good practice.
Not much change at the front. 5 to go.
He's in the top 10 right now. Great run for Sanchez. 5 laps to go. The advantage for Brandon Jones out front. 1.3 seconds over Chase Elliott. Yeah, and right behind these guys, behind Quapple, you see Zillich. Never been here before, Adam. In 20 minutes of practice, you come to one of the most difficult tracks, on the schedule. And I kind of said no marks on that car. Minimal marks would be what is on that car. It looks to me like he's put the car right on the
Jones and the 20 guys basically have put together a perfect race. They were money on pit road all day, and he's fast when it counts.
best running position of the day right now. 4 laps
Now they're all running equal lap times, the 20, the 17, and the 7.
is up there. Talk about
31.8s, 31.8s, 31.8s.
Jimmy Smith is ninth, and Jeff Burton, who was a lap down, had that unscheduled stuff. On for a top 10 finish. Yeah, his lap times, although they're a little bit off, they're not as far off as what you would think having 10 more laps on that set of tires. So Jeff doing a great job with not just older tires, but also a damaged race.
3 to go.
I'm such a big fan of Brandon Jones. You think Matt's smiling right now? Yeah, the way he goes about his business. And Matt Kenseth is a big fan, as you said, because he does the throwback to Matt. And you know what? Very similar characteristics between the two, because they've never made it about themselves. They always put the team first. Yeah.
Every time they flash that Brennan Jones graphic with the yellow on it, I'm like, ooh, is there a caution? 2 to go.
In the sport, Hall of Famer Matt Kenseth. So what a great way to pay tribute to such a great guy. 2 laps to go, and you saw the graphic. He hasn't won in 98 races. I thought he might get off the snide next week because his last win was at Martinsville. And
Top 3 guys running bad laps. Brandon Jones running 32.0, Elliott 32.0, Allgaier 32.2. It's over.
crew has been unbelievable all day long, and now he just wants to get the white flag out and
And off turn 4, coming to the white flag.
such a difficult racetrack. Here it is.
1 to go.
Credit one bank. Oh, it's like a sigh of relief when you get to the white flag, Adam. All he's got to do, not make any mistakes. Oh, he's getting so close to the wall in the last lap.
I don't think it was that big of a deal, Jamie.
Job by Brandon Jones. Safely off the turn 2. Hadn't had a top 5 since Charlotte last year.
Hasn't had a top 5 since Charlotte last year,
Consistency and
Brandon Jones. Hasn't won in several years.
back to victory lane for Brandon.
Well, the streak is over. Brandon Jones just won. And he actually earned it. Brandon Jones actually won a race on merit. Good for him. A Brandon Jones win I can't complain about. He earned it.
Super excited inside of the car.
Hell, I picked him to win last week.
The series, you see Justin coming up, gonna give him a little love tap, but congratulations. Good recovery by Allgaier too. After that bad pit stop to come back with a top 3. When you're disappointed with third, yeah, every good day will be. That's a good day. It's been incredible. Top 5s in 6 of 8 races this year.
A season-making win for Brandon Jones and much needed.
6 career victory. 2 times he's done it here at Darlington. And congratulations to crew chief Sam McCauley. I said it earlier. He's finally won. Won a cup race, right, with Denny Hamlin filling in on the pit box for Chris Gabehart a few years ago, and never done it in the Xfinity Series. Super cool for him too. Such a
Now, nose the car in the wall.
me in the offseason when he came back to Joe Gibbs Racing. He said, I wanted to work with Sam because I believed in him. I thought he was going to be the next great one. And today, they believed in one another. And here they are.
All right. Who all's going to be mad at Ross?
Playoffs, which is huge.
Not that Chase or Bell would do anything about it.
That's so cool. He's got one where you can see the fans behind him. He can see them as well. You can almost hear them over the engine as well.
Second win this season for Joe Gibbs Racing.
Tell you what, that's a hell of a burnout he's got going on. It's been going on for a while.
JGR so good when it comes to racing at Darlington. The coach has now seen his cars pull into victory lane here 14 times. That's the best among active teams. 9 of the last 10 races at Darlington won by Joe Gibbs Racing or Junior Motorsports, and JRM puts
Be right back.
their cars in the top 10 today. Here's Brandon Jones.
Wow. Your second Darlington win, but this one is special. It ends a 98 race winless streak that dates back to 2022. What's the emotion right now getting back to victory lane?
It's all for my confidence, right? But it's also nice to prove some haters and some people that said that I wasn't capable of doing it wrong again. So this race team has had it coming for a long time. Sam McCauley's one hell of a crew chief. He had so many seconds last year, so I'm glad I got that off my back to get him a win as a crew chief. This place is freaking awesome, man. I love coming to Darlington. Second win. Yeah, this is huge momentum. I knew we were on a high. Just didn't know it was going to happen. So all in all.
As he gets a hug and a kiss.
Turtle Wax, Menards, thank you so much for sticking with me in my career. We're going to celebrate this one big.
I have to ask, because it didn't feel like your confidence wavered. In fact, you made a point during practice today to say that you were knocking on the door of a win. When there were doubters, like you mentioned out there, how did you stay true to yourself and true to this team?
Yeah, it's a group effort. It's not just me. I mean, I put loads and loads of time into being mentally tough.
He said he put loads.
And no wins, right? And to be able to come back and sit in the 20 car, my dad,
Yeah.
I don't think he's ever been here for an Xfinity race, and he's here this weekend for the first win that he gets to see, I think. So, yeah, it's just a lot of emotion. But yeah, this is tons of late nights.
Now he gets to get dumped at Martinsville, missed the Final Four. What a shitty thing Ty Gibbs did that day. Ty Gibbs was already in the Final Four. He could have had a teammate make the Final Four, but no. A teammate who's probably not a threat. I don't know. Beat that dead horse. I'm going to hang around because I want to see if anybody's mad on pit road. I don't think it'll be anything like last week. There was a couple of dumb things today, but after last week, this race was... Ooh, say the cringy fucking line about Brandon. after a race like that, you got to hang around a little bit and see if anybody's pissed off. Like I said, Chase is a fucking pussy and Bell's a pacifist. There is a difference. Bell's very passive and Chase is a fucking two-faced pussy, so I don't expect anything here. But there was a lot of running into each other in the back half of the field, so just want to hang around for a minute. Brad Keselowski just wrote a fucking essay on why he likes Throwback Weekend in response to Chase Elliott bitching about it. All right, come back for commercial. God damn it! I know I'm waiting around for nothing, but I'd hate to leave and then hear, oh my god, somebody just fucking did something. Brock Beard sarcastically said, "Thank God we have Cup regulars like Elliott and Chastain in the race to show the Xfinity guys how to race with respect." Eye roll emoji.
Coming up next, it's the premier Grand Slam track from Kingston, Jamaica. Top names collide. It's a high-stakes battle going for $12 million. It's all coming your way. Top of the
What is
hour.
that music?
Post-race coverage from Darlington. 100 miles in the books for the NASCAR Xfinity Series. Brandon Jones leads 24 laps.
All right, looks like a peaceful day at the race.